Guys, it's happening, all right? It's happening. The market is crashing. The US dollar is going down. Nvidia was going up yesterday and today is down more than 18%, all right? So things are moving. I told you, everyone, that this week would be very slow until Friday and until Thursday, all right? And the market just moved the way it did, but no one knows the reason. So today I got the reason right on my hands, okay? Right on my hands. Well, first of all, it's very good for the US because inflation did come down, but it's not good for the US dollar, not good for the stocks, most of the stocks in there, and so on, okay? So let's have a let's have a look at the release of the inflation that the numbers that we just got from the core CPI as well as the CPI from USA yesterday. So stay with me until the end, that I guarantee to you that you will exit this video knowing what is going on the market and why the market did the move it did yesterday and a bit of today as well. So before we start, please give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel and join our channel on the Telegram as well. We have a Telegram community, so you can join us in the link of the description. You're more than welcome to stay there the time you want, the time you prefer, because it's always nice. We're always sharing content there as well. Okay, first of all, yesterday we did had euro dollar, just a few minutes, like 10 minutes before, going down very heavily. And then as soon as the CPI came out at 10:30 p.m., the US dollar jumped the way it did, more than 1% in less than 2 minutes, all right? So the reason is because everyone was building up expectations during the week of the US CPI, for the core CPI as well for the normal CPI, year over year and month over month, both of them. Expectations were that the CPI would increase a little bit, but the core CPI would maintain it the same, all right? So the normal CPI would increase 0.1% or something like that, but the normal CPI would be standard, no changes at all. Indeed, if that happened, it would be very positive for the US dollar, because I did mention that on my webinar yesterday. So if you're not participating on the webinars, we do promoting webinars on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Tuesdays every 5 to 6 and Thursdays every 7 to 8 p.m. in Australian time. And I did mention that on yesterday. I was very cautious. I was even with a long position on euro dollar, but then I exited my long position because I was a bit uncertain what could happen. And indeed, the release of the BLS, the Bureau of Labor Office Statistics, is right here, okay? And I will read a little bit of that just at the beginning here. They say the consumer price index for all urban consumers, the CPIU, declined at 0.1% on a seasonally adjusted basis after being unchanged in May. The US BLS, the Bureau of Labor Statistics, reported yesterday. Over the last 12 months, the all-item index increased 3% before seasonal adjustment. The index for gasoline fell 3.8% in June, after declining 3.6% in May. The index for all items less food and energy rose 0.1% in June, after rising 0.2% in preceding month. And the all items index rose 3% for the 12 months ending June, and a smaller increase of the 3.3% increase for the 12 months in May. But you know what's very, very interesting from this US CPI release? I think the Fed has what they want right now. The Fed had what they want on the hands, okay? Because June 2023, 0.2%. July, 0.2%. August, 0.5%. September, 0.4%. October 0.1%, and goes all the way to March this year, 0.4% again, and then April 0.3%, and then May 0%, and then June yesterday negative 0.1%. So this is fantastic. Okay, this is really, really good. I think that's what the Fed want to know. The Fed would like to see a deep curve downwards on the inflation trajectory, and that's exactly what just happened yesterday. So yes, most probably we will get 2 cuts of the Fed this year. All right, so be prepared for a very bearish US dollar, much more bullish euro, maybe a bullish even JPY, maybe, all right? Who knows? We need to evaluate the situation. But most important is as well that tonight we're going to have the PPI data coming in. And look, guys, after these negative 0.1% CPI, I really don't know what to expect for the PPI. Because the PPI will show us if this is the real numbers, okay? The consumer is getting negative 0.1% inflation, but is the producer with no inflation as well? So maintain yourself informed throughout the night, and I will be catching up with you guys next Monday. So I hope everyone could understand why now the US dollar is weak, why the euro is strong, why some stocks are falling on the US, and you know, I think that was the whole main reason why we just had those big moves on the market, because it was building up the tension, the market wanted to know, and that we have it, all right? The Jerome Powell have been giving his speeches during the week, talking about they want more data for lower inflation, and they have now, so most probably we will be having 2 cuts this year. I hope you guys could get out something off this video. I hope you guys enjoy the weekends ahead with family and friends, and I catch up with you all next week, Monday. All right, guys, see you. Bye-bye.